Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, it's your boy Big Zeke in 94 Feet Podcast. What's going on, gentlemen?
Did you just temptations us?
A little bit.
Did you just?
I felt it.
Did you just temptation us?
A little bit.
I'm Isaiah Moore, these are the temptations.
I didn't mean to do it like that.
You just David Ruffin does.
I didn't mean to do it like that.
What? Yo, man, it's the one and only Dre in the building, man.
Here we go.
How you doing, my brother, across from me, since he wanna?
This your boy
Dude,
Keith. Shout out to the good people out there listening to us again.
Right. Welcome back, y'all, to another great episode.
Okay.
Happy to be here.
Since Dre all
David Ruffin.
Since Dre all up in want to be all up in the videos. All up in.
No, that would be Tone.
Oh no, I just my
Bad
bad.
boy,
My
bad
bad.
boy.
My
Take
bad.
that. Take
That
that.
would be Tone.
My
Hey,
bad.
if you want a producer that on
No,
all
hey.
up in the video.
No, my bad, y'all. I didn't mean to I didn't mean to diddy y'all.
David Ruffin is worse than Diddy. At least Diddy is featuring David Ruffin. David
First of all,
Ruffin just came out and
First of
just
all,
said
David Ruffin had all the talent. Let's just cut. Let's not play here. Act like he didn't have all the talent.
Eddie Kendricks was a beast too, bro.
What?
Eddie Kendricks was a beast. You better
He
go
was
watch.
cool.
What?
He
You
wasn't
better go
David
watch
Ruffin.
the Temptations video.
I did.
You didn't.
No.
So
No.
you ain't no David Ruffin though.
I'm definitely David Ruffin.
Nah.
First of all, I'm definitely David
But
Ruffin.
I'm David Ruffin. Yeah, the angry one. The angry version of him.
No, you more like
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
yeah, he Otis. You more
Johnny
like Otis.
Gill joined the group when he was old, so but he was also the best singer in New
Yeah,
Edition.
he was the best singer in New Edition. He had that. I can't. The Rain was.
Can You Stand the Rain was easily
was-
their greatest
That's what I'm
song.
saying, like that. That
Yeah.
song was one of their greatest songs.
Yeah, but he joined the group late. New Edition was fine before he joined. He just brought some more maturity to the group. That's
He did.
all.
I think it was the time though.
Dude
But-
said, I'm Zeke. This is 94.
I didn't mean to say it like that.
What's good, everybody? Happy to be in the building with my brothers.
Yeah, happy to be in the building with everybody. That's all I got.
All right.
No, that's not all I got.
Okay.
Oh yeah, real quick. I don't know if I said this last week. Another one of our legends have going on to better pastures. Tina Turner passed away. So our condolences to the Turner family.
Shout out.
You Ike. And so,
You know, he died too.
I know he died.
Okay.
Even you.
I don't say he died before Tina.
I know. He should have.
Yeah.
But
You know, she left the country, man. I didn't know that, man.
Oh yeah,
She was
she,
in-
she became a citizen.
She left.
the country a little bit after the movie dropped.
Yeah.
Really?
She said that was a dark point of her time, and the fact that a lot of people took it as a joke. It really was not good for her mental health. So, in so many words, she said, "F America."
Yeah.
I can see that.
She left America. Michael left America for a little while. Man, I didn't know Tina didn't live here.
I didn't know that either.
She also said F her family too.
Yeah.
I can see that.
We know her sons passed.
Especially kids.
You know, her sons passed away. You know, two of her sons passed away, and it was just her, man. So that does a little different, man.
It
So,
does.
I think the son chose to live with Ike
Mm.
when it was all said and done.
yeah, rest in peace, the legendary Tina Turner.
Yeah, rest in paradise. Wanted to put that out there. We're gonna go ahead and start off with the injury report. Dre.
So, although the season is over, the Los Angeles Lakers have recently reported that LeBron James had been playing with a torn tendon in his foot for the last few months, and he will require surgery this summer. The Boston Celtics are without Malcolm Brogdon.
I didn't say that.
He didn't play yesterday, so they're without him.
Yeah,
He's
other
playing
reasons.
through a partial tear in tendon coming out of his right elbow that leads into his forearm. He has the most interesting injuries I've ever seen.
Really?
Has he ever played a full season since he won Rookie of the Year? Even this year,
I
giving
think
him six
Indiana-
man was a
I
force.
think. Well, first of all, it's true. That was a force.
That
It
was a
really
force.
real force.
Bobby should have had it.
I don't think he even had. I ain't gonna check the stats. I'm not gonna say he. I just think Boston were fine without him. Whether he came off the bench or starter, whatever the case may be, he didn't really add that
Yeah.
much to it.
Yeah.
Now that we're done with the injury report, we're gonna get to the shoot around. slash in other news around the NBA, where we talk about rumors, what's going on in the playoffs and stuff of that nature. First, we want to talk about comments from Scottie Pippen. He said Jordan was a bum before he joined the team. Now, we have a quick video to play to go along with this narrative that Jordan was a bum before Scottie Pippen played, and let the chips fall where they may. Let's get it on.
You got a bell? Ding, ding, ding.
Oh man, wish I did. I
You
ain't
got
got
a
a bell.
bell? We need a bell on this voice box.
Hey, Tony, we need a bell on here.
What the media does not want you to know about Michael Jordan. Before Scottie Pippen got there, a total and complete loser. Not just never got out of the first round, not just 1-9 in the playoffs, never even above 500 in the regular season. Larry Bird, the best player when he walked into the league. You know how many times Michael beat Larry in the playoffs? I don't mean in a series. I mean in a single playoff game. The answer to that is 0. We pretend Jordan's career was 6 years long. Everyone ate on Michael's watch. We just pretend it didn't happen. Well, Larry won, Kareem won, Magic won, Isaiah won, Hakeem won, Drexler won, Shaq won, Kobe won, David Robinson, Tim Duncan won. If we are deciding the only years of Jordan's career that count are the years he won championships, well, that's a hell of a resume. But that's not how this works.
Now, that commentary was from Nick Grant. I'm not familiar with the show he's on. Honest with you, doesn't really matter. He has a valid argument about the great
No, he doesn't.
Jordan.
No, he doesn't.
We're gonna kick it to my right.
No, I'll go last because I'm
No,
the
get you.
prosecutor.
No, get
No,
in
go
here.
ahead. I mean, that's why we played the.
So let me say this.
Here we go.
First of all, Michael Jordan himself said no Scottie Pippen, no championships. That's the first thing, okay? The second thing, and this will be quick. I won't even go on a long rant because there's no point.
Okay.
The second thing is the world saw what Scottie Pippen can do without Michael Jordan. Okay? When Michael Jordan retired the first time, Scottie Pippen couldn't get it done. Okay? He couldn't get it done. He, in fact, he sat on TV and what Jordans are those that you have with
Tens.
the North Carolina Jordans that I've been trying to get for years? You know which one I'm talking about? The Charlotte Hornet Jordans.
Oh, the Charlotte Hornets.
Yeah. The whole world watched Scottie in the Charlotte Hornet Jordans wave his feet on TV.
The Charlotte Hornet Jordan.
The ones that Kesey got out of Hornets.
Those are tens. I just told you.
Whatever. The whole world
Those are
watched Scottie on TV, put the tens on the camera, and asked Michael to come back to the game of basketball.
Mm-hmm.
The whole world watched Scottie Pippen not go in the game when Phil Jackson begged him to go in the game when Tony Kukoc took the last shot, and they won the game. To say that Michael Jordan was a bum before Scottie is not only disrespectful, but this clown, what is his name? Nick who?
Nick
Nick
Wright.
Grant. Nick Wright?
Nick Wright
I'm sorry.
is a clown. He is a clown. If I use cuss words, I will call him something else. See, here's the thing. Stephen A got these commentators thinking they can give hot takes about everything, right? You got JJ Redick with his dumb remarks that John Morant should fight it. You got this clown Nick Wright with his god-awful remarks. Nick Wright could have simply said Jordan didn't win before Scottie, and it would be true. But to say Jordan was garbage, the rookie of the year, the man that averaged 28 points his first year in the league, the man that averaged 22, then the man that averaged 37, Scottie joined the team in late 87. The first 3 years that Jordan was there, Jordan was rebranding the game of basketball. So, like my man's LeBron, I'm going to take a line out of Kesey book.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that roster Jordan had before Scottie Pippen did and think that he could take that roster to the finals. Stop it. Not only did Scottie Pippen come in and help, Horace Grant came in and helped.
Mhm.
Bill Cartwright came in and helped.
Mhm.
Jim Paxson came in and helped.
Mhm.
We understand that basketball is a team sport.
Mm.
There is no doubt that Jordan would not have those rings without Scottie.
Mhm.
But to say that Jordan was trash, Nick Wright's comments are ridiculous. And Scottie Pippen, I'm gonna say this about Scottie. Scottie lost a son, which I didn't know about. He lost his wife to Michael Jordan's son. So Scottie has a little temper tantrum right now, understanding that you weren't Michael and you might want to be Michael. Scottie needs to get somewhere and pray, get a therapist, read a book, and get off the Michael train because it is not helping you at all. Nick Wright, you, sir, are garbage.
Number one, it took longer than what you said it was going to take.
Okay.
Did a lot of that this week.
That's okay.
But-
Thank you for that sound.
Damn, thanks.
Thank you.
It's on the button?
Thank you. Edit
What?
it in. It's too late now.
I didn't see it. Anyway, I see it. Okay. Real quick. Do you want to go, Kesey? Would you like to rebuttal this?
I mean, if it was LeBron, I'm just gonna be honest.
All
If
right.
it was LeBron that had Jordan start to a career,
Uh-huh.
we would never hear the end of it. He's been scrutinized since the day he walked in the league.
Not by me.
Everybody.
Not by me.
Hold on a second.
When he first came in the league, you told me you didn't like him.
I didn't like him.
True, but I became a
I
what?
didn't like him.
I became a what? I became a fan. Do I not give LeBron his flowers?
I don't.
Mm,
I give it to
Casey.
him. I give it to him like it's supposed to.
Casey.
I give it to him like he's supposed to.
Do I not give LeBron his
but
flowers?
at the end of the day, I can say I agree with Nick Wright to a certain extent, but not with him saying he was a bum. I would say
Scottie Pippen say he was a bum. Nick Wright just put it out there.
Called him a loser.
Call him a
That's
loser.
worse than being called a
Hold
bum.
on a second.
No.
What is a loser? What is a loser? A person who does not win.
so. He didn't call him a bum,
He
but
called him a
was
loser.
He was a loser, but
He was a
calling him
loser
a
before
bum
Scottie
is
got there.
different. He was a loser before
Scottie
Scottie
Pippen
got
called him a
there.
bum. That was a little different.
Scottie got there.
The team were losers, not Mike.
Hey, Michael's on that team.
Okay.
Michael's
So then, when
on that
LeBron
team.
loses, do they say the team lost?
No,
or do they say
LeBron lost.
LeBron
Oh,
lost.
because
LeBron
he's-
lost.
yeah,
LeBron
you
won.
know
The
it.
Lakers just got swept,
Mhm.
and who did they say lost?
LeBron got swept. It's on his record. It's on his record. Now here's my thing.
Hold up.
So why Jordan don't get that treatment? Because if you look back at it,
He was a loser.
he was getting it whipped
3 years in.
6 years in.
What
Okay.
was the total? Was it
But the
6
first
years?
3
Oh, yeah,
years,
6 years.
first 3 years, they weren't even 500.
Mhm,
He was a rookie in '84.
mhm.
Okay.
So there's an expectation that all rookies have to come in and win right away.
LeBron did.
He did not.
Yeah, he did.
He went to the finals.
They expected him to come in and be Jesus himself
See, so here's
on the court.
This is two different eras though.
Two different eras.
This is two
I'm just
different
saying
eras.
though, the standard.
The standards wasn't that high for Jordan.
Jordan wasn't even picked number one.
I know, but
He was
Jordan
picked number three.
No, Jordan came off of a NCAA championship that he made the game-winning shot.
And they
So
expected him to come in and be who?
they was like Jordan is a high pick. They didn't expect him to turn. It's hard to say that now just because the media was different. Because you can't say, "Oh, I expect great things." They weren't high on Jordan. That's why he wasn't the number one pick, and Sam Bowie was. So
Sam who?
Sam
Exactly.
Bowie and then Hakeem Olajuwon.
So that's what I'm saying. So it wasn't. I don't want to put when you put the LeBron narrative on Jordan, it's two different. It's
But
two different
everybody
things.
do. That's the main comparisons that's going around.
You compare it to Jordan because of the things he's done. And my thing about the whole Jordan situation is, Nick Wright said some things that were true.
like,
He said some things that were true. Huh? Did they beat the Celtics in the playoffs? Did he beat the Celtics in the playoffs? It's a yes or no question. It's a yes or no question. Even him having 63, guess what? They lost that series
they should have.
4-1.
They should have. It was
4-1,
just
right?
him.
Hey,
It was just
that's
Michael.
That's not the point.
It's
It's
the
not
point.
the point.
Yeah, it
it's not
is.
the point.
Yeah,
the
it
point is you're right.
Hypocrites. Y'all are hypocrites.
You know what? The facts are the stats, and the stats say he was a loser.
No,
He
they
was
don't.
a loser.
No.
No, I get it. You're a fan.
You
love
can't. No.
Jordan.
To
He's
call
a
Michael-
loser.
No.
Now, the thing
No.
about Jordan
He
was
was a
this.
loser
That
before.
is blasphemy.
He was
The
a loser
thing
before
about
Scotty got
Jordan
there.
is this. Thing about Jordan is this. Once he figured it out, he became a winner. Now, you can't, Dre, you even say this yourself. I love Jordan. Jordan was the greatest player ever, but we ain't gonna talk about those Washington Wizards years.
Of course not. No
We
one
not gonna-
cares.
that's what he said.
No one cares.
Nick Wright said nobody wants to talk about Jordan and his era of losing. That was
Fine.
his point.
Let's talk about it. At age 40, he averaged 22 points, played more games than half the league. At age 41, he averaged 22 points, 22.0 points. Here's the thing.
I don't care about that.
Here's the thing.
Just like they don't care about LeBron scoring all these points,
Listen,
and he's
man.
still getting swept.
As long as it wasn't in the finals.
LeBron had 38 points and they still got swept. So
Exactly.
that doesn't
so,
even matter.
So my thing is this: you can't have the good without the bad, and that's the whole point of this. You can't have the good without the bad. Now, as far as Scottie Pippen goes, Scottie Pippen is, I ain't gonna say in his feelings,
He's hurt.
but Scottie Pippen always felt like you're making this documentary about yourself, and you barely or you don't mention at all the people who really helped you get to the point where you were at.
That's a lie.
That has been Jordan. That's been the Scottie Pippen narrative.
But it's
Now-
it's a wrong narrative.
Hold on a second though. Jordan has said in the documentary there was no Scottie Pippen, no championships. Dennis Rodman did this, Horace Grant did that. Now Jordan also threw those guys under the bus a little bit. Everybody walked away from the Jordan documentary feeling a type of way. So if everybody feel a certain type of way, obviously there's some things missing here.
It hurts to be the greatest. They persecuted Jesus. They hated Jesus. Jesus is the greatest person to ever live, right? To be the only man to be resurrected from the dead, right? Right?
We're talking
Okay.
about basketball right
We're
now.
talking about basketball, but I'm making a comparison. Here
Nobody
we
can
are.
compare it to Jesus.
I'm not comparing him to Jesus.
Okay, then don't
But
do it. Then.
what I'm saying
Don't
is,
bring it
if
up
they
then.
talked about Jesus, they'll talk about anybody.
Wow.
They didn't
Okay.
talk about Michael Jordan.
Okay, they'll talk about anybody. The fact that we're debating this 40 years after the man was drafted shows just how great he is. Nick Wright, you're a terrible commentator.
It just shows you how much social media is around now to bring up everything
Shit.
that happened back in the day
everything
that nobody ever talked about.
So Michael Jordan had a grip on the media. That he did. In fact, I remember, I think it's Jim Rome said some very critical things about Michael, and Michael refused to talk to him again. There was a sports writer for the White Sox that said some really bad things about his baseball playing days, which he probably should have because he sucked as a baseball player. And Michael refused to talk to him. But to say that the GOAT was a loser and he's still the GOAT is irrelevant. It's irrelevant.
You have to win. You have to lose to win.
It's irrelevant.
No, it's not. It's part
irrelevant.
of his career. It's part of his journey.
And
And that's the whole point. Like, take away the fandism out of this. I think I've used that word wrong, but I'm going to go with it. It's
not
going to
a
be in
word.
the dictionary, but whatever. It's not in the dictionary, but whatever. Take that out of this. He had to lose to win, and that's nothing wrong. So that's the thing. And Dre, you should know this.
Listen, man.
You have
Speak
to
for
lose to
yourself.
win.
Speak for yourself. Don't call me.
I'm
old,
not
man.
good. I'm not going to do this.
So
And that's fine.
no.
And it's fine.
No, because I acknowledge we sat at this table and I said until I realized how great Michael was, Scottie Pippen was my favorite player. I didn't stop losing respect for Scottie until he started dogging MJ. Okay, let's not act like that. So we're spending a lot of time talking about on how great Michael wasn't. Let's talk about what Scottie couldn't do when Michael left. Okay, you tried to paint a picture that you were as good as Michael Jordan. You went to Portland, you did nothing. You
was
went to
old.
Houston.
And the people
Stop
in the media ate,
Stop it.
and the
He
media
was
and the
old.
media ate him alive about that stuff,
He
right?
was old.
Nobody eats Jordan up about
He was
nothing.
old.
All they talk about is his 6 championships. They talk about nothing
I
besides that.
think that's the main
They talk
thing.
about his gambling debt. They talk about him can't sell that $10 million house in Chicago.
Come on, man.
They talk about him being a terrible owner. Him and Charles Barkley aren't best friends now because Charles Barkley got on TV and criticized Michael's yes men around him. They don't talk now. Listen here. Michael Jordan
Listen here, huh? Okay.
Michael Jordan not only did the NBA a favor when he retired, he handed Kenny the Jet Smith a title. He handed Hakeem Olajuwon the title.
Wow.
And then in 98, when he retired again, Scottie left and went. He wasn't old. Scotty left and joined the Houston Rock or the Portland Trailblazers.
Mhm.
Couldn't do it. He went and joined Charles Barkley and Elijah Wan to try to do it in the Rockets. Couldn't do it. So if you want to talk about how bad Michael was, that's cool. Let's talk about how bad Scotty was since he thinks he's as great as Michael. Let's talk about that. Do a commentary on that, Nick Wright. Do a commentary on that, JJ Redick. Let's not be disrespectful. Like I won't let nobody disrespect LeBron.
But still at the end
You
of the
shouldn't
day,
let nobody disrespect Michael.
But still
That's
at-
foul.
That's still
Y'all
at
are
the,
foul.
still at the end of
I'm
the day.
That is foul.
And still at the end of the day, you still deterring away from what we're talking about.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
What am I deterring away from, Keith?
Jordan losing seasons.
Did he ever?
Jordan did not have losing seasons. If you look at his numbers, Jordan never had a bad season outside of the Washington Wizard years. But at 40,
Okay. If that's the case, then LeBron has never had a losing season. Then
LeBron has never.
If it's all based off of that, right? Because he came in the league and he put up numbers of somebody who had been in the league 5 years.
And I agree with you. LeBron individual stats were never a losing season. His team didn't win titles. If you said the Bulls didn't win championships before Scotty, cool. We know that that's facts. No, it's facts. Jordan won dunk championships. Jordan won defensive players of the year. Jordan won scoring titles all before Scotty. The narrative that he was a loser has to stop. His team didn't win. Doesn't make
His
Michael
team was a loser.
Hold on a second. Time out. This ain't the Chicago Michael Jordans.
Michael, I got you, bro.
It's the Chicago Bulls.
Michael, I
Just
got
like
you,
it's
bro.
the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Michael,
when they lose,
I got you,
we
bro.
talk about the star player. Michael Jordan was the star player. Hey, y'all just lost to the Boston Celtics 4-1. We gotta get better. Hey, LeBron, y'all just got swept by the Denver Nuggets. We gotta get better. And you take it to the chin and you keep it moving.
No.
Why you acting like this
No.
stuff never happened?
No.
Let's
Is
move
this
on.
no? Because
Let's move on.
no one's calling.
move
Come on, let's move on to the next topic.
No. We don't get to end it just because y'all don't feel like talking
What
about
do you
it.
mean,
We
talking
spent
about it?
90 minutes talking about LeBron.
Talking about that you refuse to acknowledge that Jordan was a part of a losing team.
That's not the question. You said Jordan was a loser.
He was on the losing team. He's
Ask-
a loser.
Ask the question if Michael was on a losing team. Ask me the question.
Was
So
Michael Jordan on the losing team?
Michael Jordan was on a losing team.
Thank you.
Was
Let's
Michael
move on.
Jordan the player a loser? No, he was not.
Let's move on.
Stats don't lie. Awards don't lie.
Let's move on.
Nick
Records don't lie either.
Disrespectful.
Records don't lie either. The NBA,
72-10.
The NBA,
6-0 in the
the
championship.
NBA is
Elected
considering
all first team every year up until the Wizards.
the NBA is considering changing the All-Star format
Oh, so now
back
you want to
to
move on?
East back to East versus West.
Michael, I got your back, bro. I got you, man. I got you.
yeah, just keep holding his nut sacks all the way to
Oh,
all the
really?
way through the golf
We
course.
talking about nut sacks. If I'm holding his, what you holding the bronze?
You just want to fight us over Jordan.
No.
Talk about Jordan was a loser.
Casey, you dang near flipped
You
the table
almost
over
slapped. You
talking about
almost
LeBron.
slapped. You almost slapped him.
You dang near flipped the table
You
over
slapped the
talking
table
about
so
LeBron.
hard you could have slapped the fingerprint
Casey,
to the floor.
Casey, come on, man. Nutsack, find
No.
another word. Find another way to say that.
NBA is
Okay.
considering
Find another way.
Oh, but you can say it to me.
I never
No.
said anything derogatory to you about LeBron other than LeBron should be claiming you on his taxes. That is not the same of holding up.
Are you on Jordan taxes?
I need to be. He need to put me on payroll. I'll get that
The
household.
way you holding his nuts, you should be.
NBA is considering
See, now I'm gonna X-rate it. If I'm holding it, LeBron's just dangling in your face. How about that? Don't take me there.
the NBA is
We
considering
apologize. PG-13.
NBA is considering changing the All-Star format back to East versus West. Do you like or dislike? Will this make the NBA games more competitive?
I
like
like
it.
East West. It makes it a little more competitive to me. Because you want to go against the East.
I do too. I think it's
Because you're going to meet the
surprise.
East in the finals.
Yeah.
And you're going to meet the West in the finals. So I liked it like that when it was. Remember how when it was Jordan and who was in the East back then?
Jordan and Shaq.
Was it Jordan and Shaq? It was
Jordan and
somebody
Shaq were
else.
on the same team.
No, what?
Jordan and Shaq were on the same
So
team.
they from the East.
Mhm.
Yeah, Orlando.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like I think it was like Scottie Pippen, not
Ray
Scottie-
Allen.
Yeah, Scottie Pippen,
Scotty made it.
Jordan, Shaq,
Penny.
might have been Penny Hardaway. Yeah, Grant Hill. Like
Yeah.
when you got because like right now I think in the NBA, ooh, it might be like a landslide, to be really honest with you. Off the top of your heads, 5 stars. Your starter from the East and from the West.
What year?
Right now,
Right now.
East, Giannis, Trey Young,
Trey Young.
for shooting guards, you got to think about all stars.
No, I'm talking about pick 5 players from the East that you consider on your All-Star team.
In the starting 5.
Install your starting 5 and 5 players from the
Well,
West.
the West is easy.
In-
Kevin Durant, Joker, Steph Curry, Jamal Murray, and what is that? 4 or is that 5?
That's 4.
And John Morant.
So you really just gonna skip over LeBron? Keep going. What you say?
You said starting 5.
That's-
You said starting 5.
Yeah.
As
LeBron James.
Okay.
Kevin Durant.
I just said you skipped over him.
he would have been the 6th man. We're talking
Six.
about right now. You said right now.
LeBron is a
I'm
starter.
not talking about the playoffs.
Talking about the All-Star game.
Okay, fine. LeBron, Steph, Joker.
No. Don't you picked who you picked.
Pick who you pick, man.
LeBron, Steph, Joker, Kevin Durant,
And you
and Devin Booker. So there's a lot. So here's why I don't like it. Because the league is still, although the teams are balanced, the league is unbalanced. Because the star power is where? In the Western Conference.
No.
No, because you got Giannis, you got Tatum, you got Brown,
You got
Jimmy.
Joel Embiid.
Compared
Embiid,
to all the compared to
James
the people
Harden.
in the West.
Now here's the thing: it's gonna be
compared to
hard.
people in the West, Kesey.
Yes, it's
Spider.
It's gonna be hard to find the starters.
Luka, Joker, Murray, Steph, LeBron, KD, Booker, Anthony Davis, Kawhi Leonard, Paul George. What's my man from Sacramento?
Darren Fox.
Darren Fox.
Now you just naming star players. We're talking about.
But these are all stars that have been
Anthony Davis.
all-stars.
Anthony Davis will not be an all-star team.
Come on, man. AD may not this year, but he was an all-star last year. He was
He wasn't.
all-star. Yeah, he was.
He wasn't.
AD has not missed that many all-star
Yes.
selections. He's still an all-star.
It was just LeBron.
He's still an all-star. Z.
But the point I'm making is this: for me, it's on the East, it's Joel Embiid, Giannis, Trey.
Yep, I said Trey.
Mitchell,
Donovan
Mitchell, and shooting guard, point guard.
You see what I'm saying?
Ford.
In the West, you would have got that
Oh!
done already.
James Harden.
In the West, you would have
I
got
thought
that
James
done
Harden.
already.
In the West, but see, that's the thing, though. I think that it does make it more competitive. But on the West is packed. But the West is
The West is packed with
It's
older
packed.
players.
with older players, but it's packed with stars. So, like finding a starting 5 would be very interesting.
You got Jalen Brunson.
I didn't even think about Tatum. That's who would be Tatum. So,
You got Tatum and Brown.
Tatum and Brown. I think it's a good idea.
I
it does make it a
don't
little bit
dislike the
competitive.
idea,
But then
but
you don't know who's gonna be in the East after this summer.
That's true,
or
too.
the West. We know Kyrie
Exactly.
is clearly heading to LA,
He ain't.
No, he's not.
bruh. Don't. We got some comments on Streamline from Dr. Bird. Scotty feelings are hurt like a baby. He was singing a different tune before the last dance.
Mm.
He also said Scotty is tweaking. Then he said the media expected great things from Jordan. He exceeded them. He wasn't supposed to be all time, just very good. But back to your question. I don't mind them splitting it, but I think the Western Conference is going to be the dominant conference. Because as great as Giannis is, none of those players we named can beat none of the players in the West that we put up against.
Giannis can compete with them. I don't think
Giannis can't compete, but we're talking about the all-star team. There's that word team again.
Only reason
Tatum and Brown.
I ain't buying it, bro. Giannis, Tatum, and Brown against LeBron, Joker, and Steph.
LeBron.
And you got
oh,
Embiid.
Okay, you so call a player. Embiid, Joker. Next, go ahead.
LeBron.
Tatum.
No, do the East.
LeBron, Tatum.
LeBron
Kevin
will
Durant.
destroy Tatum.
Kevin Durant. Giannis.
Tit for tat.
Giannis.
Giannis. What?
Go ahead. Who else?
So we already seen that in the finals.
Yeah.
That's how we got
Yeah.
our ring. Yeah,
That's what we got it.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's see what happens.
Pinky
Go.
toe. to see what happens. I don't mind it, Keith. I don't, but I do like the fact that it shuffles it up a bit. I like the whole like LeBron being able to draft the players, Giannis, but Giannis, to me, man, you don't have to be loyal in the All-Star team, bro. Pick the best player. He want to give everybody a chance.
I mean, this is
person.
supposed to be a show, and I'm tired of the draft situation because of situations like that. I think that like, hey, you got to vote for the best players on the East. I think the East versus West gives it some type of competitive edge. Then on top of that, maybe throw an incentive in there like home court of the winner like they do in baseball. So I think that type of stuff can bring more competitive edge to the NBA All-Star game. I mean, nowadays people just try not to get hurt and just playing less defense. That's what this Kobe thing was supposed to be. So that's my little take on it. Moving on, the NBA competitive committee is considering penalizing flops with a technical foul free throw. Is this a good or bad idea for the game?
love it.
I think
it's a good idea because
I
I'm
love
sick
it.
of the flopping.
I hate it.
It's destroying the game.
It is.
And it's injuring a lot of players.
Here's the thing about that, though. It's hard in live action. It's hard to tell if the person is flopping. I said in live action,
Go to the monitor.
but
Go
we
to
don't
the
have time
monitor.
for that.
Yeah, you do.
No, you don't.
Yeah, you do.
You don't have the time. You don't have the time for every time somebody flopping.
I guarantee you, if the NBA makes a flop rule, they're gonna have to go to the monitor. Because here's the thing: right now, you can't take it back,
Yeah.
right? So if you call a foul on Draymond, unless you challenge the play,
That's what
you
I'm saying.
can't take it back.
So you have the challenges already, but if you add, I guess my thing about that is going to be a lot of you call because what is happening is this.
But the players
They're
gonna
trying to they're slowing the game down by you doing this. Because how many times have we got people flopping just for the ref to see it in live action and call personal foul?
Chris Paul.
Or such and such as Chris Paul, Marcus Smart, like these guys, James Harden, these guys live off this type of stuff. So when you talk about we're gonna penalize a free throw, then you got to look at the monitor. We got to go back to the monitor. That's another 2-3 minutes.
Players will do better then.
And it's on one hand, I do see it like that, but on the other hand, I'm just not the biggest fan of it because it's gonna slow the game down. And
the game need to be slowed down.
It does. I mean, Luka slows it up anyway.
Here we go.
I mean, he does. And to make the game competitive again, you got to stop the bull crap. And there's a lot of bull crap happening in these games.
Mhm.
A lot of traveling, a lot of double dribbles, a lot of flopping, a lot of no calls.
Traveling has been around for a long time.
It has, but now it's picking up steam.
Yeah.
It's picking up steam, especially
Well,
with these point guards.
With these point guard, I mean, older players, LeBron, you know, they kind of feed off that type of stuff because you know who they are. I just feel like you're riding a slippery slope with that. You're
Well, the
riding a real
NBA has to
slippery
do
slope.
something because flopping, we've seen where some critical calls have shifted the outcome of the game.
And I think I think that it's an unwritten rule with referees. I'm not gonna make a call to determine a basketball game unless it's obvious. Last night, for instance, Jimmy Butler made that an obvious call. Like you have to call this. But if let's say that was a different circumstances, like the going back to the Bucks when they played Miami, he put Jimmy Butler, that buzzer beater to send it to overtime. He pushed off on Pat Connaughton.
Yep.
To get that
It
live.
should have been a foul.
Now we're looking back at that saying it should have been a foul, but in the last 30 seconds of a game, they're not going to call something like that to determine a game.
Yeah.
Then how do you call it then last night?
You just don't call it. Oh no, last night, like last night was too obvious of a call. It was too obvious not to call it.
That night that they played the Bucks, it was very obvious. Everybody in the arena jumped out of their seat like foul.
Yeah.
As soon as it happened.
Because I think it's different when you're shooting and you're gaining position.
No.
And more importantly,
like
man,
LeBron, that LeBron shot in a regular game with 5 minutes left, 10 minutes left, they might call a foul on that.
That was a foul.
Think about
I'm not
Pat.
gonna do that with you.
Think,
I'm not gonna do that with you.
think about Pat Beverly, right? Pat Beverly have said on a number of times how many games Chris Paul should have fouled out.
Oh yeah,
because of his flopping. He gets away with it. That has to stop, man. It has to stop. Players are getting injured. Marcus Smart's the king. LeBron is bad with it too, not as bad as others. And I think players need to know, like, man, you cannot flop your way to a victory. Play the game the way it's supposed to be played.
They say work smarter, not harder, but I get
Yeah.
it.
I like it.
Carmelo Anthony officially retired this week. There is talks in the Denver Nuggets organization that retiring his jersey number 15, along with a Joker when it's time. Thoughts on two players having the same number retired on one team?
I like
first,
it.
Well, first of all, let's start here.
Let's give Melo his flowers first,
Let's
man.
give him his flowers, man.
Shout out to Melo, man.
Shout out to Carmelo.
Melo's been one of my favorite players since he came in the league, man.
One of the best jump shots.
I want to
ever
start
played
here,
the game.
and then we're gonna backtrack. But go. What do you guys think about his jersey being retired in Denver along with Joker's?
So you know how I am about retirement jerseys.
Mhm.
I think it's great to respect the player, but Denver owes Carmelo nothing. He didn't bring them a title. He demanded a trade. He flopped on the court to get traded. Do you remember that when he fake fainted on the court?
Mhm.
So you can respect and give him his flowers and thank him and give him a video, but I don't think you owe him retirement. That's just me. Joker's going to deliver them their first title in franchise history.
Well, first of all, let's not count our eggs before they get hatched. So my thing
I'm
is
counting
this.
mine.
I was gonna put that got you wearing that fake LeBron Lakers hat. So I don't know if you want to do that or
The
not.
Joker will go down in history as one of the NBA's greatest players ever.
If he wins,
Carmelo is one of the greatest players already, and
Top
already
75? Is
top
he one- is he
75
top
already.
75?
Yes, he is.
And again, what I'm saying is, I wouldn't mind them doing it, but I would be okay if they didn't. Just like the Bucks, Ray Allen left. Bucks don't owe him anything. Him and Giannis were the same number.
I think I
Right?
Yeah, you're right. Here's the thing about Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony did take the Denver Nuggets to the conference finals. I don't know if he took them to the finals.
I don't
I
think
think he took him to a
Carmelo's
conference
ever
final.
been out of the second round of the playoffs.
He has. He's been to the conference finals.
I don't
They
know if that's
lost to the
true.
Lakers. They lost to the Lakers conference finals.
Are you sure?
Yes. So my thing about that is this. I don't think it's NBA final, but I think them to the conference finals. They lost against LA, I believe. My thing is, I think we're getting to the point in the NBA where guys are picking up numbers, unless it's an obvious number like 23.
He's been to the finals one time. You are
NBA
correct.
finals?
No, the conference.
Conference,
He's never
okay,
been
yeah.
to the- Even to the conference finals, they lost to the Lakers.
Yeah. So my thing is, I wasn't the biggest fan of when I first heard about it, but Carmelo has done a lot for the Denver Nuggets.
And they were in the playoffs every year he was there.
Yeah. So he has done.
He was a bucket.
He has done a lot for the Denver Nuggets. I think if he goes back on it, will want to change some things. But that's neither here nor there.
Right.
But I think you have to. I think if Joker would have knew who Carmelo Anthony was, he might not have picked up the number 15. But I think we're also getting to the point where these guys, like, I don't think, correct me if I'm wrong, the San Antonio Spurs have not retired Tim Duncan jersey.
Not yet because he's still fresh.
Yes. So if a player wanted to pick up number 21,
Fresh.
He ain't been gone, but what, 3-4 years?
he's been gone 10 years.
Has he been gone that long already?
Yes.
They should have been
Almost.
retired Tim Duncan. No.
Almost. No, about 10 years because he played LeBron.
He didn't retire his number?
No.
You
they-
sure?
I don't think they retired his number.
You sure?
I'm not 100% sure. Check on that. But if a player wanted to pick up number 21 for San Antonio, they could.
They would never.
Why wouldn't they?
2016, 8 years ago.
When did they retire his jersey?
They did retire his jersey.
Okay.
They retired his jersey.
What about David Robertson?
David Robinson's been retired.
I know, but his jersey. I'm talking about jersey.
Yeah, the Spurs retired jerseys include David Robinson's 50, George Gervin, James Silas, Johnny Moore, Sean Elliott, Avery Johnson, and Bruce Bowen.
Really?
Mhm.
Okay, now here we go. What about Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili? Those guys, number 9 and number 20. If an NBA player on the San Antonio Spurs wanted to pick that number up, they could. Does
Okay.
that player deserve?
They ain't gonna have no numbers left. I mean, we gotta define what classifies a player's number to get retired. Let me
a
ask
great
y'all
player
this.
for a team.
Let me just ask y'all this: when it's all said and done, does Giannis get his number retired?
Yes.
Does Chris Middleton get his number retired?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Okay. Chris Middleton to the Bucks was what Manu was to the Spurs. Yes or no?
I'll take that.
Does Drew Holiday get his number retired?
Yes.
Casey?
They do because they brought a ring.
Okay. Tony Parker.
How you say yes to middle? How you say yes to? How
I'm
did
not
they-
change my thing. I'm gonna say yes. All three of them should get a ring.
Okay.
I mean, a retired jersey because they brought a ring here.
First time in 50 years.
Okay.
Tim Duncan, Ginobili, Parker.
Are they not retired? They're
and
not
David,
retired.
And
They're
They're
not
David,
retired.
and David Robinson.
David
All
Robinson
get
is
that.
retired.
David Robinson and Tim Duncan is retired, but Ginobili and Tony Parker not. So if I'm 21, I don't know who these guys are really like that because I'm on my own little word. I'm young. Hey, I want number 20. Anybody gonna say nothing? They're just gonna give it to me.
Well,
Joker knew who Carmelo was.
No, he didn't.
Joker came from overseas, bro. You gotta remember, Joker just started playing basketball. I think they said in high school. They just realized he wanted to play basketball in high school.
And that's my point.
Everybody knew who Carmelo was, man.
Tony Parker's jersey is retired.
It is.
Manu Ginobili's jersey is retired.
Then how do you go over that list?
Well, that was a list. That was just the Google list. Like, these are the players that retired. We're looking for Tim Duncan. It wasn't looking for anyone else. So all those players' jerseys are retired.
Okay.
Here's the thing. When the NBA retires 23 worldwide,
Mhm.
right? No one will be able to wear 23. I believe it will come. Unfortunately, I think it'll come when Jordan is no longer with us because they wait to do stuff like that. But Jordan to basketball is what Wayne Gretzky was to hockey, right? Wayne Gretzky jerseys hangs in every NHL stadium,
Yeah.
right? Because of what he did.
But those are obvious.
So I'm getting to the point. The point is the Milwaukee Bucks won't retire Ray Allen, and that's okay because Giannis is the person that made the difference and brought the title wearing the number. So let Giannis have 34 alone. Joker is going to be the one potentially to bring them their first title in
So
franchise.
does Big Dog
history.
get a vote?
I
No.
don't think he does, bro. See, Big Dog was good for us, but man, the Bucks what did you
Big
say?
Dog was
Big
the
Dog
Buck.
was great for us, but the Bucks as a team was terrible with Big Dog.
Average.
Terrible.
We wasn't terrible.
Average.
Besides the year we went to the conference finals and lost to Iverson back in 2000.
That was big dog year.
Besides the year of 2000.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So Melo is dope, but Joker might say, you know what? You could have the 15 retired. I'll move to 16. Bron did it. Bron did it in LA. When he left, he went from 23 to 6, Miami, because Jordan, he couldn't wear 23.
That's not why.
That is absolutely
That's not
why. When Bron got to LA, Miami, 23 was retired, and he could not wear 23.
Okay.
He could not wear 23, so he wore number 6.
Well, hold on. You know who acknowledged that?
Who?
Pat Riley. That's
Mhm.
that's my point.
Who was
Is
23 retired to?
Jordan.
In Miami?
Mm-hmm. They're the first. And 45. They're the first team that retired Michael Jordan's number
after the Bulls.
After he left. They're the first team, and they're actually the leading people that's trying to get the NBA to follow suit to retire
But
it
the point is,
campus wide.
If no one's there to acknowledge that, then it's not gonna get done.
Yeah,
that's my point. So my thing is like Joker not knowing who, at the time, not knowing who Carmelo Anthony is coming to the league, picking that number, is not. I don't fault him for that. So
because keep in
that's
mind,
why I'm asking this question. Like, if both these guys were retired number 15, are you cool with that?
I'm fine with it. If they fine, I'm fine. But I don't think people should be mad if Joker says no. Because keep in mind, Joker's draft, nobody expected Joker to be who Joker is. Nobody. Joker went super late in the 2015 draft, right? He was the 41st pick in the draft. So him not knowing who Carmelo was picking 15, somebody could have said, "Oh no, Carmelo is an all-time great. You can't have that number." Someone could have said that. Joker was a 41st pick that nobody knew who the heck he was.
And my thing is this. So here's what Wikipedia says about retired numbers. Once a number is retired, no future player from the team may wear that number on their uniform unless the player so honored permits it.
Yeah.
However, in many cases, the number cannot be used at all.
It can't.
So,
remember, Jordan got fined for bringing the 23 out of retirement without permission.
So it could be a
Who do
situation.
you get permission from though?
The NBA. The NBA has to. So remember when Jordan first retired to 23 and he brought it back out, he got fined and they had to unretire the number and then re-retire it when he left again. That's too much. That's too much. He's looking like, what?
He's the GOAT.
Yeah, I mean that's the same with LeBron. If LeBron ever left the game, the back,
His jersey never retired.
I'm saying if he ever left the game, say LeBron retires at the end of the season, they're gonna instantly retire his numbers in LA, Miami, Cleveland, and say he comes back next year. Hold up. Say he comes back next year and he wants to wear 6 again. He can't just say, "Give me my 6." No, he has to go unretire the 6. Bunch of crap. But I'm fine. I'm fine if they don't. But shout out to Melo for a spectacular career. One of the best jump shooters I think I've ever seen play the game. I'm glad he got his Olympic medals because he didn't win rings, but he is a 3-time Olympic gold medalist.
Where does Melo rank in your all-time small forwards? Listen to me again. Where does he rank all time for your small forwards?
Top 5.
Really? Top 5.
Yep.
Okay.
This is one I actually have to marinate on because I don't really know. Scotty, before LeBron, Scotty was my favorite small forward, and Scotty is still up there as one of my favorite small forwards, despite what's going on. But you think about the NBA, man, have had great small forwards, bro. Great small forwards.
So just think of it like this. You got like Kawhi Leonard,
LeBron,
Grant Hill, LeBron, Kevin Durant, Julius Erving,
I was just
John Havlicek,
Larry Bird,
John Havlicek, Scotty Pippen, Elgin
Dominic
Baylor,
Wilkins. I say top 10.
I'm gonna have to go with Keith because you got KD.
Top 15.
I'm gonna say top 20,
Top
15, top 20,
top 10. Melo was a bucket.
Michael was a bucket. Top 15.
I'm gonna go top.
Dominic
15
Wilkins was just a dunker.
Top 15. Here's
So that's what puts him over him.
So this what I'm gonna do.
Wait, real quick, let me just read off a most recent.
Hold on a second. Don't do that. This is what I want to just do because this is all top of our head. We ain't really time. We don't research here. Heads up, all you NBA fans. We don't research here.
We research, but we do it on the spot.
This is off the top of the. This is off the
Okay,
top of the
so
dome.
I got a question though.
This is off the top of the dome.
Just think
real
of it-
quick. Hold on, real quick. Off the top of the dome. Next week, we will bring it back. If he is in your top 15, or let's say you say top 15, I need 14 players better that you think are better than Carmelo Anthony. If you say top 10, I need 9.
Ask you a question then.
We'll write it down.
Think
go
of
ahead.
this scenario. Tracy McGrady or Carmelo.
Carmelo.
They play 2 different positions, but I'm gonna
They're
go
small
T-Mac.
forwards.
He's a shooting guard.
He's really a small forward.
He's a small forward.
He's
was a
really a
shooting
small
guard.
forward.
He's a
No,
small
he's-
He's
forward.
really a small forward.
He's a shooting guard.
So here, I'll give you one better, Keith. Let's do this, Z Keith. Kawhi Leonard or Carmelo?
Carmelo.
Over Kawhi.
Yes.
Kesey?
I'll go. I agree. Vince Carter.
Vince Carter's
Carmelo.
a shooting guard.
He's
He
just a small forward.
He's
Okay.
not a small forward. Where'd you get
I'm
this from?
I'm looking at the list.
Paul Pierce or Carmelo?
Carmelo.
Kesey.
But no, next week we're gonna bring it
Carmelo.
back. I need 15 or 10 players better than him.
I
We'll
got a
bring it
list-
back.
I got a list right here. So Carmelo probably will be my top 15. He might be my top 8. Because remember, I don't pick players I haven't seen play. So Julius Erving,
That's what I mean. This is your personal.
right? Julius Erving wouldn't be in my top things because I have never seen him
But
play.
see, I like a lot of small forwards from back in the day. You got to think. I like Glenn Rice.
Mhm.
I like Jamal Mashburn. I like Pedro Stojakovic.
Peja was a beast,
I like
Who's a
Sean
bucket.
Marion.
a bucket.
You know what I'm saying?
But none of the players you just named, in my opinion, are better than Carmelo.
Grant Hill,
Not better than Melo.
I think it was.
Ron Artest.
No.
No.
So next week we're gonna bring it back next week, and
I
we're
think-
gonna talk about I want you to name 10 or 15 wherever it is, wherever you like. But I need amount better than you, Carmelo.
I'm gonna just say this: the 5 that we know are better than Carmelo, everything else is debatable. LeBron, KD, Larry Bird, Julius Erving, and Scottie Pippen. Anything after that is debatable for Carmelo up
I give you
against. Everything after that is debatable. So
Even
To me.
Dominic Wilkins.
Dominic
Dominic
Wilkins, to me, I question if he was a true shooting or a small forward because they didn't even make the top 10 list from NBA writers. So is he a shooting guard? Is he a shooting guard?
I said Tracy McGrady and
Yeah,
Vince
because
Carter
he didn't
was.
even make the all-time top
Tracy
10.
McGrady was a shooting guard. I mean, a small forward.
That's crazy.
So
But moving on, speaking of the Denver Nuggets completed the sweep of the Los Angeles Lakers.
Terrence Slaughter disagreed with you here, Kesey. He said Dominique was more than a dunker. He was a bucket. Do you care to respond?
We ain't got time for that.
Nobody say he wasn't a bucket. I'm just saying, like,
No, that's
was-
comment to respond.
he was more of a dunker. He was known for being a dunker.
Yes, he's known.
That-
for.
He wasn't
known for
known
being a dunker.
He wasn't known for being a killer.
Yep.
Melo was a killer with the ball.
Yeah. Now, Terrence, type in the chat there, man. How long you been watching basketball? I know you have a few years on us.
No,
No, because I'm interested to see that.
Thanks, Slaughter.
One of
We
the things that
appreciate it.
CB
We'll
talks
get back
about.
to it next week.
One of the things that
We'll get
CB.
back to it next week.
No,
We're gonna
you're
move
not
on
cutting
here.
me off here.
We're gonna move on.
One of the
here.
things that CB and old heads talk about is we haven't seen great NBA players, right? What does it say? He was both.
I know he was both, but his primary position
Was a shooting guard, right?
Yes.
No, it's not saying his primary was a shooting guard.
Dude,
It was
everybody knew Dominique is a shooting guard. Come on, Keith.
He's showing me Tracy McGrady,
just
but
Tracy McGrady.
Him too.
so speaking of the Denver Nuggets, they completed the sweep of the Los Angeles Lakers on Monday night, 113-111. After the game, LeBron James suggested a retirement. Later on the week, sources close to him said he'll be back. Is this true, Kesey? It says sources neck close to him. Is it?
You trying to be funny?
I was just asking, is he retiring or not? Do you know?
Is LeBron retiring?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. All right. Just you heard it here. Sources.
You heard it here first. LeBron is not retiring this year.
So the Lakers prepare for the future with LeBron being second string, or should he be considered the number one option and they need to surround a team around LeBron James? We're going to start with our local Laker fan.
So who do you bring in as number one then?
Well, there's talks of Kyrie. There are
Kyrie.
talks of trading AD and getting a couple picks and a couple people who can fulfill his spot.
There's
Like who?
talk of definitely not re-signing Russell.
What you mean, Russell? Who?
D'Angelo.
Oh, they're not gonna do it. They're not doing it for a max. I don't know if they're gonna do it for minimum.
He want $100 million.
Yeah, no.
What's it called? They talking about what's called deserves $100 million.
Oh,
Who?
Reeves.
No, he's about 70.
70?
He's about 60, 70.
120.
No
No.
way.
120.
for
No.
one breakout.
If Jordan
for
Poole
a break.
if Jordan Poole can pull 120, Reeves can pull 120.
There you go.
Huh?
Looking at Waukesha.
What? Did you say hooking up?
Hooking up your cousins again.
Here we go.
While Kesey's thinking, man, let me just go ahead and say this. We acknowledge LeBron as
All right,
a GOAT.
don't hop on the boat. Just
Chill out, man.
They're saying he's expected at 60. About 15 million a year.
Okay.
4 years. I mean,
y'all gonna do him like that? That's what y'all doing in LA? All right, continue.
I'm gonna say this, man. LeBron is great, all-time great, second best player in my opinion to ever play the game.
Mhm.
But you gotta move on. And the Lakers already don't have a future because they gave away a lot of draft picks, right? No, that's not shots fired. It's true. It's true. You respect LeBron to come back and play and let LeBron do LeBron, but you do need to plan for the future.
So here's the thing: when
You don't trade Anthony Davis.
So is he? I'm going back to the question.
You don't trade Anthony Davis.
Is he number one or number two?
As long as he plays the game, he's number one.
What?
As long as he plays,
He's the
game,
number one option on the team.
As long as he plays the game, he's number one.
Well, you see what happens when he's the number one option.
And it shouldn't be. It
You
should
see
be
what
AD.
happens when he's the number one option.
I do. It should be AD. Potentially Kyrie, but I'm not fully convinced that the Lakers are going to invest in Kyrie.
AD is the number one option.
What?
He's really the number one. He just doesn't show up every night.
Then you're not the number one option.
You
Yeah,
are.
you
You're just not
are.
a good one.
You just
I'm supposed to be rich and famous, but I'm not.
Two different things.
How that do different things?
Two
We
different
talking about
things.
what we're talking about what Anthony Davis is supposed to be, but he's not. Because those last two possessions of the Lakers season, who had the ball?
LeBron.
Exactly.
Because
If
it's
we
LeBron.
hold on a second though. If LeBron didn't have the ball, because when LeBron was in Cleveland, he could kick it to Kyrie, and Kyrie like, watch the magic happen. You know how you did your boy Steph? So it's one of them things where
to help LeBron win that title.
it's one of them things where, like, that's what I'm talking about. Do you say, LeBron, we love you here, we appreciate what you've done to the city, but we're gonna see what we can do about as far as, like, putting some options out there.
The
for you.
NBA is about money, and LeBron is a walking stimulus package. You have to build around LeBron as long as he's on the team. You have to.
So what you're saying?
The Lakers knew that when they gave.
because you only got one more season with LeBron.
That's it. And then you walk away.
So then, what do you do with the team, though? Because what you're saying is
You have Anthony Davis.
What you're saying is this: we're gonna put all of our eggs in one basket, and once it all goes to crap, we'll deal with it later.
The Lakers have been known for that anyway. The
I mean,
The Los Angeles Lakers, you let LeBron have his final year, which will probably be his last.
no, the year after they will.
I don't know, because he's
playing with-
already said that even though it's a goal for him to play with his son, he doesn't know that he has it in him to play with his son.
Well, he said that, and then after his feelings was hurt after getting swept, his feelings was hurt.
His son also might go to college and enjoy it. Have we ever thought about that his son might play 2 years of college? Maybe.
Come on, buddy.
Lakers, you give LeBron his final run to the best of your ability, but signing a player like Kyrie and AD, you still build for the future.
I mean,
You can do both.
And like now
can
the
do both.
NBA has a situation where these big payrolls,
Aren't going to be.
they gotta make
easy.
decisions.
Yeah, I can't wait for Boston to pick between Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, because it ain't going to be both.
Well,
They can't.
they can.
They can't.
They
If somebody
can.
take a cut,
They can't.
They can.
$618 million for both of them, bro. The cap is $100 million.
The cap is not 100 million.
The cap next
100
year.
million.
The cap next year is, I think, it might be less than that.
I don't know.
It might be less than that.
They could fit both. Now the rest of the team might be garbage. Garbage.
so but you got to remember,
We're talking about the Lakers right now.
Yeah,
so
the
let's talk
Lakers.
about
LeBron is on the books for 2 years at least.
One
Yeah,
more year.
this is his.
No,
We have a player
because
option.
You got a player option
next
after,
year.
After next year,
after next year.
because he's set to make 47 this coming up year, and set to make 50 that year after. You think he's gonna opt out of that 50?
Yeah, to play
No.
with his son.
No.
No,
He's
No.
playing with his son.
I
Salary
wouldn't.
cap is 134.
I'm not opting out of my 50.
He's
No.
playing with his
That's what I
son.
just told him, bro. LeBron is not walking away from $50 million. I
LeBron,
don't care how much money he
Hold on
got.
a second. So what you say? Okay, this is my thing then. His whole stuff, I want to play with my son. Then that's BS. It was BS then.
It wasn't BS. It
It
was his
was
body was
BS.
different. When he was saying that his body wasn't beat up, LeBron is almost 40 years old in age. His body's probably 80.
His body is beat up now. He should
I
retire.
wouldn't say 80.
He should have walked
Okay,
in the press
65.
conference. He should have walked in the press conference.
55.
55. LeBron is body
It's
is old.
retirement age. Whatever it is, it's retirement age.
It is.
And LeBron should have walked in that conference and said, "Hey guys, I'm calling it." Because obviously my body cannot handle it. But his
$50
goal
million?
is to play with his son.
Would you call it for $50 million?
Yeah, if my body was doing it. Who wants to roll in a wheelchair at 50? I got that money though, didn't I?
He got too much money. He won't be rolling.
But he
in no
don't got no
wheelchair.
injuries.
It'd be a goal.
He hasn't really
player.
had a lot of injuries like that over his career. But now that he is getting injuries, it's slowing him down,
Yeah.
most definitely.
Mhm.
But
LeBron got a good 24 minutes of basketball in him a game. And
I
it depends on how
But
you
you know
distribute
what?
that 24.
At 40, that's all he should have. Anthony Davis need to step it up and command the team like they brought him to.
I want you all got to play for the future. And the Lakers,
Don't we know? But
the Lakers had a very rough season. No, I say a rough. They had a roller coaster season, but there
yeah.
is hope at the end of the tunnel.
But think of it like this: he put up MVP numbers in the playoffs
He didn't
with a
Stop.
torn ligament in his
Here
foot.
we go.
Think
Here
of
we-
that.
Here we go.
At 40 years old,
I'm gonna give you one better.
and he played 40 something minutes a game.
I'm gonna give you one better, Kesey. The Lakers went to the conference finals, and nobody had them getting out to play in.
Yeah, they did.
They did not.
They did.
Nobody even expected them to make the playoffs when the
Stop it.
season started.
Stop
To be
it.
honest,
Stop it.
you forgot they went off to an 0-10 start,
Yeah, I remember that, but don't actually.
but they make it to the conference finals.
I was the only one pushing the button. I was pushing it. all the time. Lakers are terrible, horrible team.
Yeah.
And what did I do? Yeah, you gotta stop pushing that button now. This is
but
when
I've been
y'all was
saying-
playing Memphis.
But I said it all year though.
You said after the trade deadline.
Let the record show I picked the Lakers to beat Memphis.
I started this all
I know
year.
y'all
I
did.
said
You
this
ain't the
all-
only one.
I said this all year. All year. Even when they was doing that, like things is gonna get better. Watch. You didn't
Once
listen.
they traded Russell.
I said, once they got rid of Russell, everything was gonna.
And you know what? I
You said it
hate
was
that.
gonna- you said it was gonna work with Russell.
I hate that for Russell Westbrook.
I thought it was, but then after 10 games in, I said no.
I hate
They
that.
gotta
for
trade
him.
him, and I kept saying it until they finally did, and then look what happened.
Well, I'm not gonna do you like Dre and look, pull it up on you. I'll take your word for it. Moving on. The-
Lakers suck today. The Lakers suck today.
I did say it.
Sure,
Nah,
sure.
Well, you need that for the Bucks now. Your team.
the,
RT.
the Milwaukee the Boston Celtics beat the Miami Heat 104-103 in dramatic fashion with a buzzer beater tip in by Derek White. The Celtics are on the verge of making history by being the first team ever to come back down from being down 3-0 in an NBA playoff series. Who do you have?
I picked Boston last week. I told you Boston was going to do this. I'm sticking with Boston.
Boston makes history, man.
There's no way Miami wins this game in the Garden. In fact, they might get blown out. Jimmy Butler then woke up sleeping giants. Now, that sleeping giant, unfortunately, is not Jason Tatum.
Who?
Jaylen Brown is due for a big game.
Hold
Hold up.
Go ahead.
Marcus Smart is due for a big game. Because let's think about it. That ball that Mark shot, it
looked
was
good.
in and out.
It looked good.
It was in and out.
It looked good.
It barely missed.
It was, you know what I'm saying? I don't think Boston just wins tomorrow. I think they dominate tomorrow because they're due for a dominating game.
Oh, they already had one.
Because they already got
They
their
did.
because they already was counted out. So the pressure is on Miami.
Pressure is on
Pressure
Miami.
is-
Miami has got to come out. Jimmy got to come out and be Uncle Jimmy.
He got to score 50. He
Uncle-
hasn't had a 50, a
Uncle
40
Jimmy
game.
Jordan.
He hasn't had a 40-point game against them.
He
I
too
think he
wore-
had like 35.
He too wore out to put another game up
I
like
know.
that now.
Yeah.
I know,
Yeah.
just like in the bubble too. Just
Yeah.
like in the bubble, he huffing and puffing and like I can't do this by myself.
The
Yeah,
Boston
he with a bunch of
Celtics-
people fresh off the boat.
The Boston Celtics will be the 1 in 151
So you going Celtics?
I'm going Celtics.
You going Celtics?
all day.
The Heat luck has ran out.
Miami beat the Bucks, so I'm definitely going Celtics too. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm going Celtics too.
So then let's talk about this then because when we get back next week.
I know what you're saying.
What am I finna say?
We'll talk about the finals. They play Monday. No, I'm sorry, they play on the first.
They play Thursday.
The next game will be either that Monday.
That Friday.
So I want us to we'll do a preview next week of the NBA finals.
Even though they
Whoever-
play Thursday.
because you can't preview unless you see one game. I just want us to see one game,
Yeah.
get the vibe, and go from there.
Congratulations to Joker.
Congratulations to the Denver Nuggets. I will say that I think they are going to be a number one contender. I don't want to say years to come because the West teams to get stacked, but this might be their year. Now let's get to it. The Milwaukee Bucks.
So real quick, before you get to it, game 2 is actually Sunday, June 4th. So we'll have a chance to see one game on the first.
Yeah.
And then when we're back in the studio next Sunday, we can preview game 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll make some picks then. But Bucks talk. The Milwaukee Bucks are planning on hiring former Toronto Raptors assistant coach Adrian Griffin as their next head coach. What? Hold on. Before you down this black man.
Oh, should we talk about what you said on Saturday?
Yeah.
No, you want
We
to
can
throw
talk
me
about
under the
We
bus.
can talk about it.
Woo,
I ain't got no problem.
you know what?
Whatever
If you ever need a witness in court, do not call this man.
Why not? Whatever I say whatever I say in a group chat, whatever I say in person, I say to this microphone. I ain't got no shame in my game. Now,
Before I down this black
you
man,
down this black
what
man,
about what you said?
before you
Let's
down
get
this
it
black
in.
man,
Let's get ready to rumble.
what is
Wait,
this?
hold up. Where the button at? Where do you call the button? Where is it at?
What?
Where is it at?
Here we go. Round 1.
Round one.
What is this saying about to you about the direction of the team?
Rebuild.
No. Either Giannis is high on him, or the Bucks just using him as a fall guy if things don't go right next year.
So two things I want to say to that.
I like that, but go ahead.
Two things I want to say to what bro just said. Reports are saying that Giannis was high on him. He gave the wink. But that report did not come out about Adrian Griffin until what? Nick Nurse turned us down.
But the report came out, they want to hire him first, and then the report came.
Nick Nurse was the guy. And Nick Nurse removed himself from consideration for the Bucks. Then they went with Adrian Griffin.
I need to know why.
I need to know why.
I don't think he thought he was getting a job in Milwaukee.
I think he wanted a better winning situation, Nick Nurse. I think he's going to Phoenix.
If that
This is a good winning situation.
It's KD though. It's Devin Booker, and no disrespect to Giannis. Phoenix was some coaching and a big man away from winning. To me,
this is my thing
No.
though. Like,
you don't think so?
the only reason Phoenix is a better situation is because Kevin Durant and Devin Booker are locked in for a couple years in their contracts. The Bucks are starting to look like a very expensive franchise that can't, because of the new ABA. Was it ABA? I don't know.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, because
while you're
of the-
talking, a report literally just came out. Nick Nurse is deciding between the Suns and the Sixers.
Yeah, he is deciding between those
After
two.
we figure out the Bucks didn't want him.
But my thing is this: my thing is,
Giannis
it's
didn't
a
want
better
him.
looking. Phoenix is a better looking situation on paper as far as money goes. So my thing
That's
is,
what that was.
I agree.
you said what?
Nothing. Nope. We are not letting you say that on the air. Go ahead. Keep going.
Oh, you white folks. I'm sorry. This was
So he
inappropriate.
want to act like he didn't hear, but then he gonna say that.
Right. Like you don't
He
live
ain't no
there.
good.
Right.
See, that's what we talking about. Leave me alone though. Anyways, my thing is, this guy has no coaching experience. No coaching experience.
He's
Who?
an assistant
No, I'm
coach.
sorry.
He has
He
coaching
has no head
experience.
coaching experience. So when you talk about that, like, this team is built to win right now.
Who?
The Bucks. We have a few tweaks to make.
No.
We have a few tweaks to make.
Let's not forget what I gotta bring you back.
I know what you said.
No,
We are
what you
old-
said too.
What? We are old team.
No, let's bring it back.
What?
Okay, because now we geeked again. Let's not get too above ourselves. Let's not forget this. The Milwaukee Bucks have to prove to us that they can win and be competitive. We all said that. Let's not forget that.
No, y'all said that.
Casey, come on, bro. Come on.
I said
man.
that?
Yes, you did.
I never
all said-
What I said is this. What I said was this. I'm not going. I'm after the season. I'm not saying we gonna win it all after the season. I'm not saying I'm not gun hole on championship, but I also said this team may need to make a couple tweaks, and we can be right there where we were before. And you think about the whole Eastern Conference, James Harden probably gonna be gone.
I just think we were bad coaching away from being where we needed to be.
Okay, so when you say that, when you say stuff like that, and then you bring in a rookie coach because he's a rookie head coach.
But you wouldn't say rookie because the assistant coach does a lot of the jobs of
He
the
was-
head coach.
He was the assistant head coach, actually.
But it feel like I can't.
And he won a title.
I can't get the guy I want, so I'm gonna grab this guy who has somewhat of the same philosophy.
No,
Yeah.
not. I don't think that's it.
Well, that's why they got. Think
Why-
about it.
Because-
Budenholzer had.
Boston is in the same position. They
yeah.
they was like, well, we can't. We had to fire this guy, so let's take the next guy behind him and see if we can see what we can do with it.
And what made Budenholzer so attractive to people was because he was from that pop tree.
And because he had proven as a head coach that he can win. Like, he had the Atlanta team that was like, if it wasn't for LeBron James, they probably would have won a title.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, that's why I'm really curious of why they picked him.
I'm gonna say.
I'm also curious why they picked him. I'm also curious about why Nick Nurse is like, nah, this ain't for me.
Yeah, because Nick, if you think the Bucks passed on Nick Nurse, I got a blank check for you. Nick Nurse was the most coach in demand. Every team wanted him, including Milwaukee.
Not if Giannis didn't.
I'm pretty sure Giannis wanted the piece.
That's
of
not.
Nick
You
Nurse.
don't know that.
And then on top of
Bruh.
that, you know who did say they wanted him?
Bruh.
Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy Butler.
Not Jimmy, I'm sorry. Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday was like, he doesn't come off as liked, the nicest person.
Who? Nick Nurse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he don't need to be he doesn't need to be a good coach.
I'm gonna tell you like this.
Which is true.
Congratulations to Adrian Griffin, and all we could do is give him a chance. I'm cheering for everybody black. know what I'm saying? I'm glad we have more black head coaches. But bro, you are in a town where they are going to. Let me choose my words carefully. He got to come in here and deliver because they're gonna be calling for his butt.
Quick.
That's why I
And
said
the Bucks better not. You know, the Bucks. Last I heard, they're negotiating terms. Bucks don't give him more than a 2 or 3 year deal because they gave Bud a 5-year deal. It didn't renew him.
It was.
Didn't they? No,
extension.
they gave him a 3-year deal. Then they gave him a 5-year deal.
Okay.
So now they have to pay Bud. What, 1 year into 4? They owe him 4 years of money, right?
I thought they were 2 years.
When did we win the title?
3 years ago.
Okay,
Yeah.
so he's 2 years into a 5-year deal.
Yeah.
Bucks can't hire another coach and get rid of him in 2 years because they don't have 2 coaches on the
I see
books
what
they're
you're saying.
paying.
I see what
So
you're
the
saying.
Bucks are either making a long-term investment into this coach, or they're saying we're gonna give you 2 years to see how it does because Giannis' contract ends when in 2 years. I think
Drew
it's.
finna retire.
I think it screams retirement. I'm sorry. I think it screams rebuild. I really do. I hope I'm wrong, but I think it screams rebuild, and I don't like it.
if this is the case,
No way.
if this is the case,
Milwaukee does not let Giannis walk.
They ain't gotta let
They'll
him
do
nothing.
whatever he do. You
that-
do whatever
we
you
can
got to do to keep
Let me
him.
tell you something. We can keep Giannis and still be losing.
No, because you can get some players to play with Giannis.
Can you?
Yeah,
Can you?
yeah,
Can you?
yeah.
Milwaukee.
We got
coming
him.
to Milwaukee.
We
is
got players who we need to win a
coming to
championship
Milwaukee
with.
It's not like coming to LA or New York. It's a mind. It's a mentality. Like I'm not gonna be in these streets. I'm not gonna get a lot of press, but I might be winning.
You
So
don't get
next
press.
week-
You're just not gonna be
It's
in
not
a
gonna be
in a
no
major
national
city.
Press. That's what I mean by press, by like national press.
Speaking of, I don't expect the Bucks to have as much press next year. We didn't win. Giannis can only do so much.
Still the Bucks. Don't get it twisted.
We are, but remember last year we had Christmas Day game.
We still get one.
We lost in the first round, bro. I don't think we get one.
I think we get.
I don't think we get one.
Giannis
Giannis
gets
is
us one.
still.
I hope we do.
Giannis is still a pull.
It won't be a home game, but
Probably won't be a home
you
game.
know what I'm saying?
It probably won't be a home game.
Last year we had MLK game. We had Valentine's Day game. We had a lot of major games. But I hope Adrian Griffin does well. He's a brother. Congratulations. I hope you're not the pawn. But
I'll be interested to see if he's a pawn or not.
when in doubt, pass it to Giannis.
For what?
Now here's the other part. Does he keep the Bucks staff? Does he keep Van Baker? Does he keep those coaches, or does he hire his own team? Time will tell.
So how y'all feeling about the hire though? If you were to rate it 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, 1 being the lowest, how you feeling?
2.
5.
4. I'm gonna say this. I'm glad we didn't get Doc Rivers. So this is better than Doc.
Why? You don't like Doc?
No.
What is it about Doc you don't like?
Doc doesn't win the big ones, bro.
I feel like this year
He
his
doesn't win the
I
big
feel
ones.
like this year his players gave up on him.
Every year his players give up on him.
So is that well, I won't say every year.
Because he's also being considered for Phoenix.
I won't say his players give up on him every year, but I think this year his players gave up on him. I think that my thing is like, why not give Mark Jackson a shot if you're gonna go this route?
That's what I'm thinking. That's where I'm at with it. Like, why not give him a shot?
If you're gonna give somebody a shot, why not give it to Mark Jackson?
Lift the curse.
Why not give it to Kenny Atkinson?
He was considered, the Bucks interviewed like 9 coaches.
They interviewed 9 coaches. It was down to 3. Nick Nurse pulled himself out. It was Kenny Atkinson in between him and Adrian.
I think that's why he pulled out. He was like, I got to compete with 9 people. No way I should be competing with 9 people.
Nick Nurse.
He sounds like that arrogant type of person. You know what I mean?
Well, you gotta think about it, man. He won a title his first year
what?
in.
And
No.
you ain't done nothing since.
Dude, the Raptors were good every year but last season.
No.
Yeah, they were.
Good don't cut it.
Clearly,
Good don't
Bud
get
got let go.
Good don't get you titles.
Bud got let go with the best record.
Great
You
gets
ain't
you
lying.
titles.
Yeah, you ain't lying. Bud went 1-5, and they.
And my thing is this: like, with let's say with Darvin Ham. Darvin Ham went like, well, I'm not a head coach. I've never had that position before, but I've coached games where the coach couldn't, coach. So I've coached some games. Players are familiar with me.
And let's also be
I
reminded.
just-
Let's be reminded, bro. Head coaching, assistant coaching doesn't lead to great head coaching. Look at what's that boy Luke Walton? That man Luke Walton. Yeah, he coached when Steve Kerr was out, but he coached too. Steph, Dre, Clay, Durant,
True.
and went to SAC, and they sucked.
It's true.
And he's back being an assistant coach now.
It's
He's
true.
in LA.
He was in LA.
He was
too.
in LA,
He was
and
in
they
LA.
sucked.
And he sucked.
And they went to SAC, and they sucked. So
Yeah.
it doesn't always translate to head coaching.
Yeah. Well, this has been another episode of 94 Feet Podcast. It's your boy Big Zeke.
Your boy Dre.
Your boy Keys.
Agree with us?
Probably not.
Check us out on all social media
I'm
platforms.
tired.
We are on Spreakers. We are on Amazon. We are on
We on
iTunes.
Amazon,
iTunes,
it's,
everywhere.
SoundCloud.
Everywhere you can download podcasts is where you can listen to Isaiah Moore and the 94 Feet Podcast. It's your boy Dre. It's your boy,
Keys.
your boy,
Zeke.
94 Feet Nation, baby. Let's go.
Peace, good people.
Cool. So, did you? Are you really?
We're still on.
I know we're still on. Oh wow! I'm not paying for nothing. He breaks something. Anyways,
It's the end broadcast button. Is the mouse up there yet?
yes,
No.
it is.
It's all the way over here still. You don't even know how to use a mouse.
Oh, yeah, I do. I just can't see that screen.
Then you might want to put your glasses.
I don't need glasses. I got investments. You got to edit like the last couple minutes.
What
We're
the-
literally still recording. We're literally still recording.
I know we're good recording. So, anyways,
But he can stop it.
You sure can.
Or yeah, he know
I
how.
thought he did. That's why I kept going.
I don't see it.
Need to work this out. No dead air here. So how's it going, Casey? Cool. Did you hear our producer?
Yeah. He's going to edit this last couple minutes out.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well,
I was going to go and stop it, but I couldn't see where the mouse went. So just,
It should be a big ass mouse.
there's a big yellow one over there by Kesey, but
Yeah, that's the one.
like the last 2 minutes, you might have to cut us
it
off.
wasn't that long. It was like a minute.
Yeah, of us just small talking. See, told you. Even he can't even tell what
No,
he said.
it's because I'm not on the mouse pad.
The point is, you shouldn't